So we encourage you guys to come out and come and look at these things. Over here we have our website. So there we go. We have our website, ArtBGC.com, and you'll see on the website there are ways to volunteer, the map, the festival map, and all of our artists. It's very close to what you have in your press release, but if you want to go here and maybe copy some of the text or get some of the images, it's all here. Our artists for this year, let's go through them real quickly. We have Bunny Rice coming out of LA. Dog and Pony, which is an international international design collective. We have Trip 63, who is a local guy. I think you guys are going to enjoy speaking to Trip when you get to meet him. One of our requirements when selecting our local headliners is, again, it's an international mural festival where we look for the best of the best. We're looking for guys who also paint internationally. Trip has paintings all around Southeast Asia. He's very well known among Southeast Asian graffiti artists and writers. And he also recently organized his own mural festival called the Meeting of Styles on Honest Station. So you guys might want to ask him a bit about that. And we have Nate coming out again. And Francisco Diaz, also known as Pastel FD, who paints these beautiful paintings of agriculture and flowers. And then we have Andrew Schultz, very well-established street artist. We have our film artist, Alex Kosef, who made all those beautiful time-lapses that you saw, and his buddy, I guess, Max Soto, and they're going to be putting together all of the films surrounding our festival. They do fantastic work and are hired by the best companies in the world. Just think of the cell phone in your pocket. They work for those guys. And then last here, we have Chris Abrigo, who's here with us today. Chris actually has a pretty exciting task of painting what we suspect may be the largest Filipino street art mural built today. It's going to be a challenge, but we really believe in Chris. And this is one of the other ways that this is bigger this year, is that we're going to be having a Filipino painting on the scale of that failed painting of the girl lying down. So please spend the next week with us. Oh, last we also had an open call where we it was a public contest, I guess. Not really a contest, but basically it's also a mission on our part that perhaps we're not aware of who the best artists are in the Philippines or who's really great out there. So we said, hey, look, why don't you let us know if you think that you're worth paying attention to? Raise your hand, and we promise we'll look. That's all we said. We promise we'll look, and from there we selected 7 finalists, and there was a vote on Instagram, and at the end, a very, very small, unknown collective named KFK from Bacolod. They're literally fresh grads, all in their first jobs, and they formed in December. But somehow, people really like their work, and they're going to be painting their first mural at this size on High Street. And it's quite exciting. That's going to be an exciting story for you guys to dig into as well, find out what it feels like, I guess, to be voted for like that. And yeah, they're not on the website today. We'll have them there by this evening. Mainly because they're very new and there aren't very many pictures of their work. And then last thing I want to show you on the website is the festival map, which I'm not sure if you have in your press kits. But here you can see on one map, and you're starting to see a great concentration of where the mural sites are. We put the 2015 mural sites in red, so you can see where they all are. And then in yellow, we have all of the ones that we are working on in the next 2 weeks. Altogether, this is about 20-something paintings, 25 paintings that you're going to be able to see. And just think about that. That's going to be 25 murals in a year's time from when we started last year's. The funny thing is, our first day of last year was May 22, and our last day this year is May 22. So that means within 12 months, right, we're going to have 25, more or less, murals in BGC. That's a rate of more than 2 a month. Of course, we concentrated into this one week and a bit to make it action-packed and fun for everyone. So we hope that you do come out, and I'm going to wrap up by showing you the video, this time with the audio, written by Blaine Suki, who's one of our artists from last year, one of our film artists from last year, who unfortunately will not be returning, but we have Max also, who's also really cool, and we think you'll like his work. But as you watch this video that Blaine put together, Blaine is from LA. He's part Filipino, which might have made this a bit easier for him. His father is from here. When he first looked up Blaine, I thought that his name was Blaine Soup. Yan pala Soup eh. And Blaine actually went out and found a Filipino kid in LA who could read the words for him. Like, they really went out of their way to make this, to tell the story. And hopefully as you watch this video, you'll also feel inspired. And if you can carry this message with you as you cover this event, I will be so grateful. Because as you approach this festival, approach it in 2 ways if you can. First, approach it as a whole. That there's this festival going on, that we're doing it in a small period of time, and it's news. But if you have the time to come out during our interview days, Rena will talk about that in a bit. Please come out and try to perhaps consider writing features about the different artists. You don't have to publish them right away. You can file them, publish them in a week, in a month, depending if you're with a magazine or something. But this is a really good idea. You know, I have a background in publishing. I have almost 20 years in publishing. It's a good idea to stock up for your ed calendars, right? And make sure that you have pages in for the next 3-4 months. And get it all done in 7-8 days.